Am I the asshole for not giving up my plane seat for a mom and her kid? So I, 28F, recently took a long flight for a work trip. Because I knew it would be exhausting, I paid extra to select a window seat ahead of time. Aisle seats make me anxious, and I like leaning against the window to sleep. When I got to my row, a woman, probably in her early 40s, was sitting in my seat with her young son, maybe 7 or 8, in the middle seat. I politely told her I had the window seat, and she just smiled and said, "Oh, I was hoping we could switch so I can sit next to my son." I glanced at her boarding pass. Her assigned seat was a middle seat in the very back of the plane. I asked, "What seat are you in?" She pointed to it and shrugged. I said, "Sorry, but I paid extra for this seat. I really need the window seat." Her smile dropped immediately. She let out this loud, exaggerated sigh and muttered, "Wow, some people have no compassion." Then she turned to her son and, loud enough for everyone around us to hear, said, "Sorry, sweetie, this lady won't let mommy sit with you. I guess you'll just have to sit all alone with a stranger." Now people were staring. A guy in the aisle seat looked uncomfortable. The flight attendant came over, and this woman immediately went full performance mode. "I just want to sit with my child, and she's refusing to switch. I don't understand how someone can be so selfish." The flight attendant looked at me, and I calmly said, "I paid extra for this window seat. I'm happy to trade with someone else for a comparable seat, but I'm not taking a middle seat in the back." The attendant turned to the mom and said, "Ma'am, you'll have to sit in your assigned seat unless another passenger is willing to switch." That's when she really lost it. She grabbed her bags aggressively, made a huge scene stomping to the back, and kept muttering, "I hope you sleep well knowing you made a child suffer." Meanwhile, the guy next to me gave me a thumbs up and whispered, "You did the right thing." I thought that was the end of it. But when I told my family later, my mom said, "You should have just switched. It wasn't that big of a deal." Now I'm wondering, am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit my nephew after my sister called me just an accountant? I am 27, working full-time as an accountant and have a pretty demanding job, especially during tax season. My sister, Anna, 32, is a stay-at-home mom to my 4-year-old nephew, and she constantly asks me to babysit whenever she needs a break. I help when I can, but I've made it clear that my job is stressful and I don't always have the time. Last week, we were at a family dinner when she started venting about how exhausted she was and how I should step up as an uncle. I reminded her that I work long hours and don't have the flexibility she does. That's when she laughed and said, "Oh, please, you just sit at a desk all day. You're not a doctor or a firefighter. You're just an accountant." I was stunned. I work my ass off and my job pays for my apartment, my car, and everything I have. I told her if she really thought my job was so easy, she should go do it herself. She got defensive and said she was just joking, but I wasn't laughing. A few days later, she texted asking if I could babysit this weekend. I replied, "Sorry, I'm just an accountant, so I'm too busy sitting at my desk all day." She blew up, calling me petty and immature, and my mom says I should be the bigger person because family helps family. Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit after what she said?
Am I the asshole for not helping my cousin move after she said my job isn't real work? I'm 26 and work from home as a freelance graphic designer. I make decent money, manage my own clients, and put in long hours. Just because I'm home doesn't mean I'm not working. My cousin Leah, who is 29, just moved into a new apartment and asked me to help her move over the weekend. I told her I was booked with deadlines and wouldn't be able to make it. She rolled her eyes and said, "Must be nice to sit in pajamas and play on your laptop all day." I let it slide at first, but later at our aunt's birthday dinner, she said in front of everyone, "Some of us actually have real jobs and can't just color all day." I was pissed. I said, "Funny, my coloring paid off my car and half of mom's medical bills last year. What did your real job do?" She got quiet and later texted me saying I embarrassed her and could have just helped her instead of being so sensitive. Now the family is split. Half think I should have ignored her and helped anyway because family comes first. The other half say she had it coming. So, am I the asshole for not helping her move after she insulted my work?
Am I the asshole for refusing to let my parents move in after they gave my college fund to my brother? I, 30, have always been the responsible child, while my younger brother, Jake, 28, was the golden boy. My parents favored him openly. He got whatever he wanted, while I had to work for everything. The biggest betrayal? They gave my entire college fund to Jake. I found out when I was 18, right before college. I had been accepted into my dream university, and when I went to discuss tuition, my parents casually said, "Oh, we used that money to help Jake start his business. You can take out loans." Jake's business? A luxury sneaker reselling scheme. It failed within a year. I was furious but had no choice. I took out loans, worked multiple jobs, and barely scraped by while Jake stayed home playing video games, waiting for my parents to fund his next big idea. Fast forward to now. I worked my ass off, built a solid career, bought a house, and became financially stable. Jake? Still mooching off my parents, unemployed and living in their basement. Here's where the karma kicks in. A few months ago, my parents lost their house due to financial mismanagement. Suddenly, they're calling me, asking to move in. I told them no. They tried guilt-tripping me. "We're family. We raised you. How can you let us struggle?" I reminded them that they made their choice years ago when they decided Jake's business was more important than my future. I told them, "You have a son living in your basement. Go live with him." Now, the whole family is divided. Some say I'm being cruel and should forgive and forget. Others, especially my friends, say I owe them nothing. AITA for refusing to let my parents move in after they gave away my future?